and do the matrilineal and the paternal ancestry on tests. So I did both tests and found out my mother's line came from the Mende people of Sierra Leone. And even though my mom has passed, I felt a little closer to her. My mom's side of the family, they weren't really as interested. They were like, okay, that's nice. And they left it at that. On my dad's side of the family, he was the first one I told. And he had pretty much everyone's number. So I let him tell everyone the results, and they're all very much excited and trying to learn more about their history individually for their own kids and great grandkids and so forth. So it's been an interesting journey. Anything I do find out, I try to give it to everyone so that they can have it and pass it on to them. But it's a very interesting journey and well worth it. And I'm planning on doing it again so I can do my dad's matrilineal side sometime down the line. So
Awesome, awesome. Well, thanks for sharing because again, this is a place where everyone can come and one learn, but just as important as learning is just being able to share to get things off your chest that that you can't usually get off your chest with your family members, even though those are the ones you want to share it with the most. We've had all types of different reactions from family members to not wanting to hear about it at all, to saying, we're not them African people. We're just from, South Carolina. Whatever
mm-hmm.
those are, it's the call didn't come to them. It came to the ones who are here. But even with that, it's good to have a place where you can come and share and people are going through the same kind of trials and tribulations and challenges of understanding this newfound information. So, that's what this space is for. So definitely welcome.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Um, whose number is 832631?
I think that's me. Can you hear me? No?
Yeah, it's very low though.
Oh, sorry, I don't have a very good internet access. Can you hear me
Okay.
better? Yeah? Hey, Jerome from the UK.
Say your name again.
Jerome from the UK.
Okay.
Let me put myself on this, see if I get the camera up. Can you see me a bit better now? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm from Tikar ancestry apparently, so I'm interested.
Okay.
And
Okay.
in the trip perhaps, maybe. I don't know if I can raise the money.
Yeah, that's all of us. We all got to raise the
Yeah.
money.
So yeah, I'd be interested. I'd like to go to Bankim and Enditam because
Okay.
I think that's where my roots are, somewhere there. Because I was able to trace the dates of the slave trade using slave voyages to Antigua. So I think I'm from either one of those chiefdoms or villages. It'd be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Yep. Yep. Uh, Mutit, how are you today?
I'm doing great, family. Good to be here. And I'm going to pronounce my name one more time because Brother Monkam has his own way of saying it. And you have followed his lead. And I've written it in the chat phonetically many times. So I'm going to say it again. It's Mutiyat.
Okay. Okay.
Mutiat.
Mutiat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
Mutiat.
I'm
Okay.
going to tell you, it's like a cow drinking tea on a yacht. Moo tea yacht.
Got
Mutiat.
it.
Okay, that's it. That's it. You're not
I
gonna hear
know it.
the O one anymore. It's gonna be Mutiat. No.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you. Thank you
happy
for
to be
that.
with everybody.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that,
Yeah.
sister.
I can't promise that I'm gonna get it right next time. I'm just gonna let you know that now. I can't promise that,
You
but I'm
gonna
gonna
get
try
it
my
right, brother.
darndest.
You
I'm gonna
gonna
try
get it right.
Mutiat. Awesome, awesome. All right, well, I'm gonna turn it over to our fearless leader, Brother Monkam. So the most of the day is really just we're going to talk about the trip, and I'm glad everyone was able to come on to sharing that because Brother Monkam has really been working on getting everything that he can together over there to make it an awesome event. So if there's any questions or concerns or special restrictions or anything else like that that you want to share with him, you could always give him a call or text him or share it on here. So because we just want to make sure that everything that goes on while we're over there, that this is going to be a great experience for everyone. I do know that this one is particularly for the Tikar, Bamileke, Ewondo. I think there was a couple more. These are the ones that are in the southern part and in the western part of Cameroon. We are going to do another one to be able to go to the northern part. It's just such a far away um, that we just can't fit it all into one trip. So those that are Mafa, Fulani that are in the northern part, we're definitely going to do a new one if we have the participation that we can connect one there. So just with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Brother Monkam.
Hello, family. How you doing? How's everyone today?
Fine, thanks.
Good.
Okay, so welcome everyone. All the new people in the group, and everyone who's been here already, like my sister Motiat. So, welcome. So, yes, we after spending time to learn about our culture, where we came from. So I've thought that it was about time for us to make that step where we need to go home, and then we need to reconnect to our people back home. So we've together put this script. We put this script together, which is called the Reconnect Grassfield 2. So that's the first one we're gonna be having. As brother King Prince Gordon says, we're gonna have more clip coming. So on this first one, because obviously we are more able to navigate easily on the between the Tikar, the Bamileke, and the Ewondo land. So we decide to actually focus the first clip on those area. So let's go. So I'm gonna speak a bit about the reconnected grassfield for anyone who's not, you here for the first time. So the reconnected grassfield is a cultural heritage and reconnection initiative. So we dedicate to help people of African descent, especially those in the United States, in the Caribbean, across America. So anyone really will feel that, will recognize, will know that they got African blood. So we here to help them. Doesn't matter if you got African ancestry DNA or not. So it's about how you feel inside yourself. So if you feel that, what, I think that maybe I'm part of this community. So you here, we're gonna be able to provide you any help we can. So and then we reconnect you with your roots in Cameroon. So our mission is to reconnect. Is first to reconnect, and then we have our African brother and sister in America and the Americas rediscover their ancestral homeland, heritage, culture, identity. Because sometimes what you're gonna see about a lot of trip, people are gonna go there to spend a lot of time in the city. You know, we don't we're gonna have that part as well, but it's not gonna be the main thing because we can spend time in the city over here. It's gonna be the same thing. So we don't need to go all the way in Cameroon. So the focus is gonna be actually to go in the Bamileke land, the Chika land, the Ewondo land. And we also gonna have other trips. So we focus on tribes like the Mafa, the Massa, the Tikar, the Bamileke, the Ewondo, the Baka people, the Bubi, the Fulani, Hausa, Kotoko, the Bassa, any other tribes. If you're from any other tribe and then you want to come in and then get some knowledge, we here to help as well. As brother Gordon said, the next clip going to be in the northern part of Cameroon. So it's going to be mainly for the Mafa, the Massa, the Fulani, and the Hausa people. Them tribes are very close to the Nigerian border, and Chad is very, very northern part of Cameroon. So we couldn't do that now because we're going to be in the south, in the western part of Cameroon. So it's quite a long distance to travel from where we're going to be to get to the northern part of Cameroon. So that's why the focus is going to be more about the free tribe, Bamileke, Tikar, and Ewondo. So we support cultural healings, spiritual reconnection, and reclaim the lost lineage through immersive community lead experience. So we also working with a prophet. They call it prophet on the European language, but in Bamileke and Tikar we call it Kamsia. So it's somebody who can get the origin from you. You can actually identify any spiritual issue you may need, or any spiritual connection you may require, and then he can help you for that as well. So what we offer again, we here today. So we offer weekly classes to help everyone to reconnect, to learn about their people, and which is actually very good because before you do travel home, even if you don't travel now, if you decide to travel after some time, before you get home, you got a lot of knowledge about your people, so you're not new to certain things. So that's why we do these classes to equip everyone with that knowledge. So active participation in building and visiting the first ever reconnected Grassfield village. So we was able to get a massive part of land in the Bamileke village where we're gonna be for anybody who got a Bamileke DNA or who doesn't even have a Bamileke DNA. If you feel that you want to reconnect to that village, it's gonna be called the Reconnected Grassfield Village. So it's like a village in the village. So we was given a part of land by the king to actually create our own village where we can have our own king, we would be representing the diaspora. And anyone who feel that you want to be part of that, yes, you can. You're free to do that. So we're gonna visit that land. So we're not gonna probably possibly be able to plant a tree now, but we're gonna visit the land to actually have a first contact with the land and see what we're gonna be doing with the land. So again, when we come back from the trip, we're gonna have a picture, everything. We're gonna decide in this chat what we're gonna be putting on in that village. So we're gonna do the same thing on the Ewondo side as well. In terms of the Tikar, I ain't got any confirmation at the moment. I'm still working with the Tikar King to see if they can allocate something called the Reconnected Grassfield Village for the Tikar DNA as well. So also we help in terms of ancestral naming ceremony. So if you want to change your name, that's really up to you. If you feel that okay, I want to change your name, yes, we can assist you of doing that as well. And on most of the time, there's no cost for that. I know that there's certain king out there who are going to ask you a lot to change your name, but there's no cost. The only cost really you should be paying for changing your name is if there's any administrative document fees to go through. That's the only thing. But I've know some king will ask people about $1,200 to change their name, but that's just all right. So we're gonna visit a lot of palace when we go to Cameroon, and then we're gonna learn about our ritual, about the language, about the culture, about the food, about cooking certain food. So we gonna do that, and then we also looking to bring people in this chat to learn to teach her how to cook and other stuff. So any questions so far from the two slides?
Only question I have, hi everybody, good afternoon. Is this trip being planned for adults or family? Is it adult only or is it family oriented?
Good question. I mean, it could be you can bring family. It's for everything. It's for adult and it's the whole family as well. Yeah.
Okay. And are there pre-screens, pre-things that we have to do in the US, just given the climate, right? What's happening, traveling internationally, are there any pre-screens or things we need to do for embassy purposes for us to
Yeah.
be safe while we're there?
Yes, definitely. I mean, we're gonna go through the whole slide because I've put everything together in terms of how you're gonna get there, in terms of the visa, in terms of everything, in terms of security. So yeah,
Okay.
So we're gonna get there, and then I can go back to your question again when we're on that slide.
Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome. Any other
So,
question?
I'll just say part of it. So, anyone who has children, as we get more information, Brother Monkam will make sure there's some things for the kids.
Yeah.
Right now, everything is pretty much for adults. But again, it's not an adult thing, it's for families. We just got to know so that things can be prepared
Mm-hmm.
um, for the kids, the activities and different things when we go into the different places. The other thing is, um, when we talk about getting a name, it's getting a name, not exactly changing your name, right? So not everyone is going to use their their Cameroonian name when they come back to the States, right?
Yeah.
Some may want to change, some will just use it in the setting where it's most appropriate. Yeah, and again, others will change their names, period, because that's what they want to do. So I don't want anyone to think because you get a name, you have to now change that name. But
Yeah.
that's the name that you'll probably use if you go back to Cameroon or you're in different Cameroonian um, festivals or different things like that. You would use your name then,
Yeah.
um, but not like an everyday thing when you come back to the States, unless you wanted to.
Thank you for that, brother. Yeah, exactly. So it's about giving a name. And then it's up to you now when you got that name. If you feel that you want to change it when you get to the state, then you can go through the process to do that. And again, if you can keep your name and then your Cameroonian name, if you get to maybe a Cameroonian convention or meeting or anything, you can use that name to introduce yourself. Yeah. Okay, so who the clip is for? So people of African descent in the diaspora seeking to reconnect with their true heritage, diaspora community in in North America, South America, and the Caribbean, researcher, educator, artist, spiritual seeker, interest in African identity, heritage, tourism, and historical justice. So really anyone who feel like, you know what, they want to reconnect so they can be part of the trip. Oh, okay, I think I went through this already. So yeah, the trip is from the 2nd to the 16th of February. So what we're gonna do, because obviously everyone have to be there on the 2nd. I was looking of how we can do like the whole package with the flight ticket, but it's quite hard because everyone comes from different places, and then it's not easy to kind of like organize everyone. But what we can do, we can assist people to get their ticket so they can be there for the 2nd. So you can be flying on the 1st for the one who living probably in America. They can travel from the 1st and then they're going to change somewhere in Europe and then get to Cameroon. So we can organize that together, see how we can put that together and the one in Europe, like my brother from London. So you can fly on the first, on the second. It's like 6 hours, 7 hours from London to Cameroon. Yeah.
Okay. Which airport? Which are we flying into the capital?
Good question. We're
Yeah.
flying straight to Douala.
Douala.
Yaoundé is the
Okay.
capital,
Yeah.
but Douala is more close to the western part of Cameroon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're trying to make sure that we don't get so tired. We don't need to go all the way to Yaoundé and then back again.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be in Yaoundé at one point.
Okay.
So we
Oh,
started
really?
in Douala.
Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah.
What's the total cost of the trip roughly? Do you have an idea?
We're gonna get there.
Oh, you're going to get
We're
there.
We're gonna-
All right.
Okay, so again, I think yeah. So again, people have traced their ancestry to Cameroon. DNA belong to or connect to Bamileke Ewondo. So this time we're taking the Tikar Bamileke Ewondo. And then the Mbezele is like another group which is part of the Ewondo. So they're very close to each other. So if there's anyone from the Mbezele group, they can also benefit from that trip as well. But that doesn't mean that if you Mafa or Masa, you want to come, we're not going to stop you. You can still come to the trip. So feel a spiritual calling to reconnect with one of the community, even without any result. Commit or healing, cultural rediscovery, and ancestral reconnection. So it's more about reconnecting to your ancestor. So the key location. So we're gonna arrive in Douala, as we say, on the 2nd of February. So we are gonna be in Douala, and after Douala, we're gonna head to the western part of Cameroon. We're gonna go to Baham, which is a city, a village not far to Bafoussam. From there, we're gonna be able to visit the whole western part of Cameroon. So we're gonna visit so many kingdoms over there. We're gonna have a naming ceremony there. We're gonna visit the Bamileke village from there as well, and we're gonna be sleeping in Baham. So we got the bus where we're gonna be traveling every day, go and do what we gotta do, but coming back to Baham, and we're gonna visit the slave market. There's a lot of museum about our history in the western part of Cameroon. We're gonna visit the museum as well, and then we're gonna also have the opportunity to visit the kingdom of Fumban. So we also waiting for a confirmation. We may be able to have a meeting with the king, with the sultan as well. They call him sultan over there. And then we're gonna spend 6 days in the western, 3 days in the Bamileke, and then 3 days in the Tikar area as well. So we gonna visit the Tikar area. We're gonna go in Magba. There's a village called Bochikon. I'm thinking of going to Kambe Tikar, but apparently the road is not very, very, very practical over there. Though sister Avanti, she's been there. She's gonna probably let us know about how the road is. But so we're looking at maybe continue progressing through there. But definitely we're gonna have a Chika notable. We're gonna be with us, and then he's gonna be able to guide us through everything. We're gonna have naming ceremony there as well, and then cultural reconnection as well. Okay. So again, the Bamileke village we're gonna be visiting. We're gonna have introduction from the king of the village, who is the king will actually give us a land to create our own village, and then we're gonna look at what we're gonna be doing there in terms of reconnecting when our people go back there. Things we're gonna be implemented over there, and then we're gonna be there. We're gonna be the Bamileke who want to reconnect to the sacred forest. They can get to the sacred forest to reconnect with the ancestor, and yeah, so we're gonna reconnect with the community over there. And then the Ewondo village, we're gonna do the same thing. I don't know if I got the Ewondo village. Not on this one. So everything we got on the Bamileke village over here, we're gonna do the same thing on the Ewondo village. I'm gonna add it as well, and then the Tikar village as well. I think I went through this one already. Now that's we're gonna be in terms of transportation, what's including. So we got the whole transport from when you get to Cameroon. You don't need to worry about transport, accommodation, food, or anything. So we take care of the transport from the airport to the villa. We actually got a villa. So to go back to the question of the sister who wanted to ask about the family, yeah, we got a villa. The whole complex. We actually got the whole complex of 6 different apartments. So if you come with a family, each apartment got 4 rooms. So you can have your side, your family, we in the same building, but you got your apartment, your family, everything is there. So we got the whole place, and we got swimming pool, we got rooftop, we got barbecue facility, we got kitchen, and then we're gonna get someone to come in there to cook for us. That's when we're gonna be in Douala. So that's the picture of the kitchen.
Mhm.
And we also gonna have a security on site. So we're gonna have a security. I've also managed to get a police officer who's gonna be with us all the time because we're gonna be traveling on the bus. The bus you can see over here is 35-seater with the aircon. Everything is all in place. So we're gonna have a police officer on that bus with us for all the time. We're also gonna have a nurse. I know that within us, we're gonna have some people who are on the medical field, but I thought that was better to have a nurse there with us with all the equipment, just in case anyone doesn't feel comfortable, then they can start treating the person. So we're gonna have all that. And then again, the hotel in Douala, in Baham, and in Yaoundé, they're all private rooms, so they won't be like a sharing or anything. So you're gonna have your private room, or you're gonna have an apartment with 3 other people. So it's 4 apartment. So any question here before we move on?
I have a question, please.
Sure.
For the bus, does it have restroom accommodation?
Pardon? Okay, the rest, no, no, I actually had that question. So I was actually looking to see if we can actually get that, because some of the journey we're going to be doing are quite far, and then it could be difficult to, if you're not feeling comfortable. So I'm looking, I spoke to someone recently before I actually contact this company. So I'm going to go back to them and try to make sure that we got that on the bus. Yeah. That's a good question. It's quite important to have it. Yeah.
When we were at Douala, will we go to Bimba, the ports where some of the slaves were taken? Are we going to go up there or?
Good question as well. So I've spoke to a lot of people. At the moment, Bimbia is not very secure. I wanted to go there, and they told me that everyone I spoke to, they told me that Bimbia is not very secure at the moment, because they're very close to the part of Cameroon who's having a trouble in the southwest and northwest part of Cameroon. Bimbia is in the southwest part of Cameroon. So over there now we got what they call the Amazonia conflict. So they're trying to get their own freedom, that part of Cameroon. And then the advice I had from everybody I spoke to, that says that you can still go there, but sometimes then people, they call them, how they call them again, the people who are fighting, if they know that we actually there, they may rush there and kidnap.
Yeah, it's not safe.
So that's what I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want to take that risk. I would love to go there, but I don't, especially knowing that there's people who are coming from America, who are coming from the UK. It could be a very, very, very risk
shame.
for them to rush over there and kidnap.
Yeah.
For
What about Douala? You know what? Douala was a slave port. Are there any like museums or relics at Douala?
Yes, yes. There's a lot of things we're gonna see
Okay.
in Douala. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's other small slave port like in Manoka, which is a small island near Douala. So we're gonna be able to go in them places. But
Okay.
again, Tribi, no, no, Bimbia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still kind of like weighing the thing, looking into
Sure.
that. But
Yeah.
the education I've got at the moment is that
Mm-hmm.
it's not a very good, it's not a
Okay.
good place to go.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you went there, Sister Avanti, when you went to Cameroon, you went to Bimbia.
No, so we didn't end up going to Bimbia because of the reason that you said, but also the roads weren't um, as passable as we'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we also ran out of money. So
Yeah, yeah.
ended up going to Iboloa instead.
Oh, Evolova, I went there. I went in school Evolova.
Mm-hmm.
That's close to the
Yes.
border with Gabon and Equatorial Guinea.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh,
It was nice.
yeah. Yeah, so yeah, Bimbia will be very, very difficult because we need to think about our security.
Yeah.
The thing is
Mm-hmm.
that the people who actually work there, what I've heard, sometimes they do work with the kidnapper. So there may be a guard, and then they can make a phone call to the kidnapper and say, you know what, I got American tourists over here. You want to come? You want to rush over here now?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't want to take any risk. And yeah.
What about Bankim? Do you have any plans to go up there in the bus, or because I heard it's a 4x4?
Yes, depend on the road. So, like I
Yeah,
said, we're
yeah.
gonna be visiting a lot of Tikar land, and then
Uh-huh.
I've got a guide, Thomas. He's really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows where he's gonna take us. So I recommend it. If there's any possibility, we can go to Banking, to Gambe Chika as well.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the area can be difficult to navigate there on
Yeah.
the bus.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you would need to get that bus on the ferry
on the
if you're
ferry,
gonna go to
exactly. Yeah,
Ngami
you got
Tikar.
you gotta get the
Okay.
ferry. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you'll need to be able to get that bus on that ferry,
Hmm.
and
So we're gonna
that
we're
might
gonna
be,
we're gonna look into that.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
How about Enditam?
GTAM also,
Is
I
it
think you gotta go
difficult
through
to
a
get
ferry
there
to
as
go to
well?
GTAM.
Yeah, is it
I'm
difficult
not
to get
sure
there?
about the time.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so we're gonna look
So,
into all that.
okay.
The good thing that I've got a very, very notable Chika guide, so he's gonna look at in terms of security, in
Yeah.
terms of how easy is it to access certain place, and then we're gonna go through
Mm.
where he's gonna take us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got 3 days to spend
Okay.
on that
Yeah.
area, so he's gonna be able to manage that with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Any other question?
I have one more question about the bus transportation.
Sure.
So are we talking 1 to 2 hours, 5, 6 hours,
Good
maybe
question.
10?
So, okay. Good questions. From Douala to Baham, where that's going to be our first trip on the bus. So that's about 4 hours on the bus, and then from uh, Baham to the other places like Fumban, Bafusam, is the longest about an hour and a half. So from there to Fumban, it's about an hour and a half. And then if you want to go to the village of the Reconnection, it's about 45 minutes, which is around Bafang. If you want to go to Bafusam, it's about 20 minutes. So it's not, when we get to Baham, we're not going to be going far, we're going to be traveling so far. And the only long distance travel we're going to do again is when we're going to go to the Chika land. So from there
Mhm.
to like the nearest one, which is Magba, the road is all good. It's all
Mm-hmm.
concrete road,
Yeah.
and it's about 2 hours and a half. Now, if you want to go to Gambia Tikar is probably about 3.5, 4 hours from Bafoussam.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And then when we finish in the Chika land and the Bamileke land, we're gonna go to Yaoundé. That would be the longest travel. So
Yes.
that's about probably about 6 to 7 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
Lots of driving.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So for that journey, I was also thinking of, because we can get the flight from Bafoussam, we can get the Cameroon Airlines from Bafoussam to Yaoundé. I was thinking of maybe looking into that, how we can do that. And then the bus can just go straight to Yaoundé and then meet us at the airport. So it's something I'm looking into that as well. And then from Yaoundé to Douala is about 3 hours and a half. So that would be traveling back again from Douala. So you're gonna do that. You could actually turning, going around
Mm-hmm.
the circle. Yeah.
What's the temperature like in February? What's the average daily temperature?
Okay, February was chosen because obviously it's not a rainy season; it's
Okay.
a dry season, so it's very easy to navigate.
Okay.
Because Cameroon, the roads are not very good, especially when you come
Yeah.
to the western part and the
Mm-hmm.
Chika land. Because for somehow the government doesn't actually develop them area a lot.
Right.
So in February, the road are good, so we can
Mm-hmm.
navigate everywhere without having any issues.
Okay.
But anytime like after that, when the rain start, maybe in April, in May, it's not possible
Yeah.
to navigate on by car. It's quite
He
hard.
asked about the weather, Monkam.
Pardon?
The weather.
He asked
What's the
about the
temperature?
weather.
The weather
Temperature.
is lovely. It's hot.
Is it hot?
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah.
30
Thank you.
degrees?
Yeah. It's really hot. Yeah, it's
It's
very hot.
really
Yeah.
hot, yeah? Daytime,
Yeah.
huh? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Sister Mutiat had a question.
Okay, Sister Mutia, go ahead. So,
Thank you, Brother Gordon, for getting it right. Um, I just wanted to say that I did have an opportunity to go to Bimbia on 2 different occasions.
uh-huh.
Um, I would say for me, it was a very spiritual place to visit. But the second time we went, the person who was directing us on the tour had a script that was just very insulting.
Oh,
And so I was traveling with Sister Ada. I don't know if you know her. She had the person stop talking about what happened there because they were saying it sort of in the mindset of what this government had said about Africans coming to this country, that we came as workers. So what that person was saying, he wasn't talking about Bimbia being a site of capturing our ancestors for removal to the Americas as enslaved people, but that people had come to that particular site because they heard that jobs were going to be able to be found. And that's why they went there, which was just like spitting in our eye. So I don't know who's conducting the tour now and if they've changed their script, but just be mindful that
mhm.
the information has probably been given to them by people who put a lot of money into restoring that as a cultural heritage site.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Sister Mutiat. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's good to know, because I've actually heard something similar to that, where I was actually watching a video on YouTube, and then this guy was saying people used to come over here because they was told that there's a lot of job, and then when they got over there, they got captured. There was no job for them. So I've saw something like that on YouTube, and at the moment, I think all the king in Bimbia, they're challenging the government because they want to sell that side. They want to sell it to a private investor, and we don't know what they're going to do with that. So there's a lot of thing going on with the other king of the area challenging that it doesn't happen. Mm.
It's a shame. It's a shame. I'd like to go there, but if it's too risky, it's too risky. Yeah.
Monkam, also, since you did bring up Fumban, I do want to say, if you do plan on going to Fumban, to just be careful, and keep in mind that the relationship right now between the Tikar and the Bamoon is not the best.
Yeah.
So
thank you for that. Thank you for yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I know what happened, what's been going on for the last probably 2 years with the new Sultan of Fumban, assaulting his guard, assaulting the king of was it Magba?
Magba.
Magba, yeah, because
and another one of our kings has been arrested.
Okay.
So
thank you for
there's
that.
also that issue going on as well. So
Exactly.
things are
So
not the best right now.
We look into that. We reconcile, because what we want to do, we don't want to bring anyone there not to feel comfortable somewhere. So we're gonna look into that. Yeah, I'm aware of that issue, and the only reason, the king of Baba was right, because the Sultan, after he became Sultan, he need to talk, he need to take a trip everywhere and then visiting his ancestral land. The Chika, we know that the Bamileke, the Fumban, the Bamun, we came from the Chika. So it's only normal in the traditional way for the king of Agba to call the Sultan of Fumban his son. So what he did, he said, "Welcome to your land, my son." And then the guy rushed on him, said, "You cannot call him your son. He's not your son." So they assault the king. They made him sit down on front of him, kneel down, and then him as a sultan, he's supposed to stop that, but he didn't. He let that happen, and the king of Magba, he's older than the sultan. And then even when the sultan died, was alive, he used to travel to that land.
Yep.
And he used to sit down and kneel down to the king of Magba, because he knew that that was his father. That's where the ancestor came from. Even through Bamun is a bigger kingdom than Magba. Magba is bigger than Bamun, because that's the home of I know that's your father. That's your father home. And then that's how the problem started. But thank you for that. We're gonna look into that and make sure that everybody feel comfortable. So what we do when we're gonna have the list of people going, I'm gonna send a form to everyone. We're gonna tick places they feel that they're gonna go, they don't want to go, anything like that, and then we can then kind of like validate everything from there.
Monkam?
Yes.
Hey, brother, a couple things. One, I appreciate the conversation that was just had about, this royal feud, so to speak. I had no idea. And it made me think it might be good during our family connects on some kind of schedule or something. It would be good to understand and hear what is current information, what is current in our lands, what is happening, right? Because I had no idea.
Yeah.
Right. And okay, that's one thing. The reconnected village, reconnection village. Can you maybe at some point show us, like on a map or something, where is it? So we kind of,
True. I'm definitely gonna share that. I'm gonna maybe after this slide, I'm gonna see if I can find it on YouTube, on Facebook. No, not Facebook.
okay.
online, and then you can share it. Okay, so the village in itself, which is called Tientcheu, there's nobody living in that village at the moment. So what happened is that the king of that village left more than 400 years ago. So he left, and then from that time, everybody left the village. They went and created other village around. So somehow the prophet, not the same prophet you're working with, one of the village's prophet, choose someone to be the king, which is my cousin. So he was chosen to be the king. So because our ancestors are the one who created the village, who started the village about 400 years ago, and then they decided to leave the village. I don't know why. I don't know what was the reason. I don't know. So they left the village, and then there was nobody living on that area. Even today, there's not like houses or anything. The king himself, he lived in Yaoundé, so he does travel there every weekend to the ritual and everything. So, which is a very good coincidence because that happened when we are looking for a place where we can establish ourselves. And then in that village now, he's bringing everybody from the neighboring village who belong to that village back to the village. So he succeeded of bringing some people back, but they're kind of like starting building the house over there. So far, there's no school, there's nothing there at the moment. And then I'm gonna look at the map and show the villages are closer to that, but you won't be able to find the specific name on the map at the moment.
Say the name again.
It's called Tientcheu.
Tientcheu,
yeah.
What does that mean?
It's close to Beti-Fang. Beti-Fang, a lot of people knows Beti-Fang. Beti-Fang, which is the subdivision of the area. So it's very, very close to there. And yeah.
And Bauchan.
Beti-Fang.
No, the name of the village.
It's called Tientcheu.
Tientcheu,
yeah. Doumtcho. Tientcheu.
So,
and what does that mean?
One second, sister, because we got a lot more questions in here now, and I think it's a very good conversation. Let's finish with this, and then we'll come back to that, so that there's a lot of people on here trying to get the information for the trip. But Sister Jackie, definitely come back with that right after at the end of this.
Definitely, yeah. I'll be able to answer the question. Yeah. So anyone more, or should I just keep ahead with the?
Yeah. Just finish with the thing.
Okay. So in terms of food, I've managed to get they call it in Cameroon service creator. It's like somebody they got their own business restaurant, but they can also cook for events. So she's gonna come in, and then she's gonna cook for us in the in the place where we're gonna be staying, and it's gonna be a breakfast in the morning, which is gonna be in buffet, and then we're also gonna have a dinner. So lunch, we're not gonna have a lunch, so it's gonna be 2 meals because we're gonna be out. We're not in Cameroon to stay indoors and just eat. So we're gonna have the breakfast, and then we're gonna go out and do what we gotta do. Then we come back, we're gonna have the buffet for the lunch as well. So I spoke to the person as well about we're gonna have some vegetarian, some vegan, some pescatarian, or any other preference. So that's available as well. So when we're gonna have a list of people who are going, then we're gonna ask a question about what is your allergy and everything, because we gotta be very, 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 very strict about the allergy and everything. So we're gonna look into that, and then we can share that with the person. And then when they cook, they're gonna put everything for everyone there. And so they not only they're gonna be cooking food, they're gonna show her how to cook it. We're gonna be cooking with them. So like Sister Jackie wanna see how they cook this specific food, she can jump in the kitchen with them, and then she can just learn from there as well. And we can even video everything to help other people. So bottle of water, I always say when you are in Cameroon, don't drink any water from the tap. So we're gonna make sure that we got enough water in the car where we're going everywhere. I went in Cameroon in 2014, I think. And I end up because I was told don't drink any water from the tap, and I just oh no, I'm from here, nothing gonna happen to me. So I bought water, the plastic, you got them kids selling water outside on the street. I bought the thing there, I drank it, and an hour after that, I had to change my flight ticket, because I have typhoid. It was so bad. It was really bad.
Yeah, we bought our cases of water from the grocery store.
Exactly. So we're gonna get
Big
all the
cases.
big cases, exactly. Yeah, big cases. And then from some specific store, because you got people also in Cameroon, they sell, I don't know where they got it. They got the water looking like a real one. They sell a fake water. They probably take it from the river somewhere. So I'm looking into all that in terms of health and safety, security. So we're gonna be making sure that everything is perfect. So we're gonna also have a lot of food when we're gonna be having all the naming ceremony and all that. So there'll be food served as well, everything. Any question about food? About meal?
Brother Monkam, so the long bus rides that you mentioned, I'm assuming that's going to be during the lunchtime hour. Will we stop, or you're saying we can bring food on the bus? What's the process for the lunch?
Good question. So we can bring food to the lunch. So when we're gonna have like a buffet, because everything gonna be, is our food, so we can take it. I'm gonna make sure that we bring long containers or stuff like that, so we can bring food with us. And then we're gonna stop also, so we're not gonna be driving like 4 hours or 5 hours or 7 hours, but we're gonna stop in different places, and then people can get food. And again, uh, certain specific food I wouldn't recommend to buy outside. So we're gonna look into all that. There's certain food you can buy outside as well, because you don't want to be getting something we're gonna cause you stomach ache and all that. So we're gonna look at things you can buy outside as well. So we're gonna all check that together.
Thank you.
But we do stop. It's not gonna be straight without stop. Yeah, we stop in different places so you can get food. You can take a break. You can walk around. Big places like historical places. We can even stop there. You can get a bit of the history of the place as well. Yeah.
So
Okay, that's the question. I've seen somebody ask me at the start, how much is that going to cost?
Yeah.
So it's going to cost all for 1,800 US dollars. I need to work that out in UK pound.
Okay.
I need to check it, but the flight ticket is not included.
Not included.
So I was looking at the flight ticket online. I could find prices like $1,300, 1,400. I don't know how much was your ticket, Sister Avanti?
Mine was 1,300.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I can see online. So you went from Chicago to, was it France or
We
Belgium?
flew Ethiopian Air. We flew Ethiopian Air, so we flew from Chicago to Ethiopia, and then
directly.
Ethiopia
Okay.
to Yaoundé.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, and they're very good company. They got very
And
good.
they definitely feed you.
They feed, yeah, they're very good
Ethiopian
company.
Air, make sure you eat.
Chicago East.
And then again, you don't stop in a European country. You stop straight to Africa, and then you go to Africa.
Right. Yep. They don't stop in Europe.
Okay, that's good. So I think we're gonna look into that. And then from the one in the UK, you can also get Ethiopia Airline. I know that when you travel Ethiopia, they stop in France. I don't know if they still do that, because I took Ethiopia Airline before from the UK, and then we stopped in Paris. And then from Paris, we went straight to, we stopped in Addis Abeba, and then we went to to Douala. Yeah.
You know the currency there. Do they take US dollars or do you have to get the local currency or how does it work?
You have to get CFA.
CFA,
You have
exactly.
to transfer your money. Yep.
Exactly. So when we get to Douala on the 2nd, I think the next day we all gonna go out to transfer the money, to change the money. So yeah, you can do that in Douala. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did mine at the airport.
Yeah, you can also do that. Yeah, airport. So yeah, it's gonna be 1,800, and then the first to reserve your place, on the 15th July 2025. So the first installment of 600, and then the second, the first one will be to validate, to start paying for the hotel and accommodate everything, to have a deposit for everything. Yeah. And then the second one due on the 15th October 2025. And then again, the last one is due on the 15th of December. So yeah, this is
When did you say the first payment was due?
is on the 15th of July. I'm gonna send this to everyone. So
July.
if you can just drop your email on the chat, and then I'm gonna send this presentation to everyone at the end. So the 15th of July, and then the 15th of October, and then the 15th of December. Again, if anybody think that, okay, you know what, I'm not going to be ready on the 15th of July, maybe on the last of the month, we open to, you just have to notify that, well, I want to go to the trip, and then you're gonna be able to work for the end of the month. Any question in here? Okay.
Will we get? Oh, sorry.
Pardon? So how do you pay for the trip?
I was saying, will we get water bottle or T-shirt or something that like commemorates that we're together?
I didn't get it. What's the question again?
He said,
Will
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was asking, will we get like a T-shirt, memorabilia, or a water bottle or something that signifies that we're together on this trip for Reconnected Grassfields?
Good question. Good question. Yeah. So I'm thinking of getting some t-shirt printed for that as well, for everyone. So when we do get the list of people going, I'm gonna send a form with size and everything, and we're gonna design a t-shirt for everybody going. And then again, I'm also speaking to somebody back home where we can include like a traditional ndop or the Tikar attire in the clip as well. So when we get there, the person gonna come to the apartment maybe on the 3rd or on the 4th, before we travel to the Bamileke land with all the sizes. So we're gonna try them, and then we can have the clothes there from the person. So I'm working on that as well. So that will be part of it's gonna be given for free. Yeah. Yeah. So you're gonna have something, to represent the culture.
We
But
we
we're gonna
may
have
need
the
to we may need to get two of them, because I know one, once we get there, everyone will want to wear, but we need one when we do the parade in the Ewondo
yeah, 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 yeah,
that
yeah.
can let everybody know who we are also.
Okay. Exactly. So yeah, so we're gonna have a t-shirt definitely. When you get to the airport, you're gonna welcome you. I'm gonna be there already, because I'm gonna be there maybe 2 days before to make sure that everything is fine. So there will be a group people dancing, welcome us at the airport, and then your t-shirt gonna be handed to you, and yeah, so everything gonna be, yeah. So how to pay? We got the PayPal, Reconnected Grassfields PayPal, where you can submit the payment. So you make sure that you put Reconnected Grassfields to 2026, and then you add your name as well. Exactly. Any question here? Or anybody having issue with using PayPal, you can get in touch with either myself or Prince Gordon, and then we can find a way of dealing with that.
If you're advancing the slides, it's still on the meal slide. So just so you know.
Okay. Can you see the Cameroon visa application now?
No.
I still see meals. I still
Is
see
this
the
a
meal.
mail? Oh, what's going on? Hold on. Let me just what can you guys see?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go
See it
back a
now.
bit. I'm gonna go back because I think we missed out something there. Okay, so yes, that's the PayPal QR code, and then so again, if anybody is not using PayPal, they don't know how to process, you can contact us. So the PDF got my phone number, the email address, and then Brother Gordon phone number as well at the end. Okay. Okay, Cameroon visa application. I think that probably Sister Avanti will be able to explain better because she's been there recently. Kamala put.
Yes, everything is digital now.
Yeah, exactly. The good news is that the visa, you don't need to go to the embassy for that anymore. So the visa is, they got a system called e-visa. So you go online and then you create your account. And within 72 hours, after submitting everything, you get your visa. I don't know, do you have to send your passport? You don't need to send your passport. You get this time where you get to Cameroon.
No.
Is it correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's even better. So you don't need to send your passport. You just in terms
No.
of the letter, I'm gonna get a letter
Yeah.
from a Paramount King. So he's gonna write an invitation for everyone going there. So again, when I do get the list of everyone going, then I can apply for invitation letter for that as well. And then we can also, if you don't understand the process in terms of how to get the visa, we always here to support you. We're here to help you, to guide you through that as well. You know, even if you get to the level where it got stuck, we got people in Cameroon who can contact the embassy, and then they can probably speak to them in on your behalf. So yeah, it shouldn't be any problem at all, and it's quite fast to have a visa at the moment compared to before, where you had to physically travel or send your passport there, and sometimes it could take about.
You just need a picture of everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And make sure you have everything that's required, or they will not approve it.
Okay. Thank you for that, sister.
Is there a time frame we have to do it? So if we travel on the 1st, do you have to do it in like 30 days before you leave, 2 weeks before you leave?
Yes, because you need yeah, I would probably say 30 days before, because you want to make sure that you get it back in time.
Yeah.
They also, part of the requirements is you need proof of where you will be staying and your travel, where you're gonna your like the flight itinerary showing you when you're gonna arrive and when you're leaving.
Okay, so you gotta get your ticket before actually applying for the visa.
Yeah.
My ticket. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Okay, and you make sure that your passport got at least 6 months. It's valid at least 6 months. Yeah. So when
Yes,
you went
and
there,
make sure you get that The vaccination as well.
Exactly.
Yellow
So
fever.
we got slap for that as well. So when you went there, you took, was it the 180 days visa you got, or was it 30 days?
I got the short stay.
Short stay. So yeah, that's 180 days. Yeah, 180 days. Because if you get the transit one, you got to prove that you stop into somewhere else. So there's
Right.
one
Yep.
we all need to get is this one here.
The short stay.
The short stay. Okay. Okay, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, in terms of cost, for the short stay is 153. Is it euro? I don't know why I didn't put that in dollars. How much was it? How much was it in dollars? In US dollars?
I think it was I think 160, I think, in US.
16.
160.
160. Okay, yeah, 160.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna double check it again and change the price before
Yeah.
saying that. Yeah.
I'm not sure about the conversion from euros, but I think I
don't know
remember
why.
it being
I don't
like
know
a
why I didn't.
160.
Okay. In terms of the UK, I'm gonna check it as well for my UK brother and sister. I'm gonna have a look at the price as well for in UK pound. Now, required vaccination.
It's $175.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Yeah, $175. Yeah,
174 something, but
okay.
175.
This went up.
Yeah, because if it's going on the euro, because the euro changes.
Oh yeah.
Depending on when you do it.
So in terms of vaccination, yeah, you need to have your yellow certificate before you travel. It's quite important. I got stopped there one time because I actually had my yellow certificate, but what I did, I mistakenly put on the switch, so it went under the plane. And then when you get out there, you have to go past security before you can get your suitcase. So I went out and then I couldn't get out, so I had to pay something just to get to the other side. They wouldn't let me go. They said I required to have the certificate, so they wanted to issue me another vaccination. I said no, I already had it. So what if I just pay for the price of the vaccine and then you can just let me? So they stamped everything, gave it to me, and I went out. So always make sure that you got that, and then put it along next to your passport. Yeah, don't do what I did. So you're not gonna get out. Okay, so what is the required? Is it only the yellow one you got to do? I think that's the mandatory one.
That's the only one that's required. Yeah.
Okay. And again, the vaccine should be administered at least 10 days before travel. So again, we here. So if you need any information about it, you just contact us, and then we're gonna be able to look into that for you. Okay. So recommend vaccine. Again, if you want to, you can do all this, but really you don't have to. But if the requirement is more the yellow fever, but there's other here, which I'm gonna send.
And definitely get malaria meds.
Pardon?
Definitely get malaria meds.
Yes. Get the malaria, exactly.
And spray.
Yeah, and spray. Bring a lot of spray with you, exactly.
Yeah.
Bring a lot of repellent with you. You just spray, and then yeah. How do I find a yellow fever vaccination center? So in the US, where do you got yours done, my sister?
I went to a travel doctor.
Okay.
I got the yellow fever and I got typhoid.
Okay.
Along with my malaria meds.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you can go to the travel doctor in the US. In the UK, you can go to super drug clinics.
Yeah.
You know,
your
that's where.
GP. Mm.
GP.
The GP also.
Yeah.
The GP can do that as
Yeah,
well.
because my GP done. Yeah.
Yeah. The last time I traveled, I did mine with my GP as well. Yeah. So GP in the UK, general practitioner.
Listen,
Yeah. Now the cost in the United States, in the UK, is £74. That's really good price in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, £74. Now in the USA, it goes around $220 to $280. Is it correct, Sister Avanti?
I think so. Mine kind of added up because I got extra stuff too. So, but
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's about right.
Okay.
yeah, but it lasts like 20 years, they say anyway.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
yeah,
The
they do.
paperwork, don't
Yeah.
you though? But you need the paperwork, right?
Okay, so how can you find the best place and a cheaper place in the USA? So you start with your local county or city health department. So you can also do that over there.
Yes.
This often offer the
Mm-hmm.
best price for traveler. Call in advance to confirm both vaccine available and clinic eligible. So you can also consider Costco. I didn't know that. If you remember Costco,
Yeah, me neither.
I didn't know that. So I found that online. So you can go on Costco, you can go on Walgreens, CVS. So yeah, you can ask about coupon, discount. Many clinic run promo as well. So you can also find apparently about $100 to $200 for the certificate if you really shop online correctly. Okay, I think that we done. So anyone got anything?
I have a question.
Yeah, definitely we can answer all the questions. So the email
Will
address is
you guys be going? Will you guys be going to the embassy?
the
The
when
U.S. embassy on the trip?
I spoke to somebody who's also looking into kind of like a secure that for us. So yeah, definitely when we're in Yaoundé, it will be a priority to go there. Yeah, it will be.
Okay.
It will definitely be. So we actually also going to the, how do you call it, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So there's a possibility that we're gonna meet with the minister, and then we can discuss. We're gonna have like a debate, so we can speak about, how we feel as brother and sister coming back home. If there's anything they can do,
Okay.
I know that they cannot change the law of dual citizenship, but if they can have an amendment in the constitution to facilitate things for brother and sister coming back home, so we're gonna have that debate with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and then
Nice.
we're also gonna have an interview at the national TV. So all of us as a group,
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna have an interview
Very good. Very
on the
good.
TV so we can reflect on the journey. Because when we get to Yaoundé, we already
Mm-hmm.
come at the end of everything. So we visit the Tikar land, the Bamileke land, the Ewondo land, and then now we can go to the TV to share the experience,
Mm-hmm.
and then other people can know exactly about us. Yeah,
Okay. Very good.
yeah. So I'm open for any questions.
I have one. I raised it in the chat. No, hold on. Okay. Sorry, I'm on another meeting. Regarding the land and the reconnected grassfield land, I heard you say that the king left over 400 years ago. People left. And in that regard, is the land cleansed? Is it a space where there has to be some type of ceremony before we put our energy on it? Or is that something that's going to be done or is done and we're going to see it?
Good question. So when I spoke to the king last time we had a meeting, because he was actually at the chat, and then I asked him that question. He says that the land he's going to give us, he's going to make sure that first the land is completely clear. So he's going to bring engine to put everything on the same level. And then when we're going to be there, he's going to do a ritual, which is a funeral for everybody, the ancestor left. Because we got a tradition in the Bamileke, the Tikar, the Ewondo as well, in Cameroon, all the tribe. When somebody left, even if you don't, even if somebody disappeared, you know, we got children who got missing. They never found the kid, but we still have to do certain ritual, certain funeral to be able to get connected to them people when we need to. So he's gonna do a funeral. It's a specific ritual he's gonna do for everyone who's gonna be there. It's gonna be the funeral of your ancestor who actually brought you there, who actually connect you to that land, and then he's gonna clear the space. We're gonna have a dedicated space where we're gonna be able to, if you want to plant a tree, you can plant a tree there. If you feel that maybe you got something for your ancestor, you want to bring it and put it there, you can do that. If you want to put like you want to build a bench and then put a bench there on their name, you can do that. So the land going to be there. One space of the land will be for us to be able to reconnect to the ancestor, to put everything from our ancestor there. And the other space, we're going to be able to build maybe a community center. We're going to be able to build like a museum. We're going to be able to build everything, anything you want to build in there. So yes, there will be space for that as well. Yeah.
And Shay, the second part of your question is if they all left and never went back, you know, you were wondering why. When we spoke with the king, it was more based on economics. Other places had more jobs at the time and different things like that. That's why most left. And it's really just to neighboring communities, right? They didn't really go far, but you know, things happen, you know, people miss opportunities or whatever it was, but it wasn't, I don't think anything on the spiritual side. It was just, you know, people needed to find other jobs at the time.
Yeah. Because what you're going to see, there's a lot of Bamileke village today who have been there for a long time, but you're going to find that some villages hardly got maybe 500 people living in the village, because obviously a lot of people that live, they go to the biggest village which is next to them, or they're going to leave completely to go to the city. So you're going to find a lot of village. They've been there for more than 100 years, 1,000 years, but they got less people in there. Yeah.
Okay, last question, because I know I'm probably going to have to work when I'm there a little bit. What is the internet situation, Wi-Fi, in the places that we'll be living, staying in, the apartments and stuff?
That's a good question. In the apartment where we're gonna be in Douala, the internet is good. So we got Wi-Fi. That's what they told me, and they also got the other issue in Cameroon sometimes is that the electricity may stop for some time. So if you in the hotel or in the area where they ain't got any backup strategy, so and then you rely only on the government company to provide electricity, then you may be without electricity for 2-3 days, even more. But where we're gonna be staying in Douala, we've got the backup system. That's good that you asked that question. I'm gonna check again in Yaoundé if you're gonna have that backup system. But in terms of the Bamileke land and the Chika land, I would say that it's gonna be difficult. if you walk in to be able to keep up the job there, working there. I would say that is difficult. But what I'm gonna do, I've got a brother country who is actually in Cameroon now. He does a lot of travel in different parts. He's gonna be able to probably answer that question again as somebody who's living there. Brother country.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, can you get me?
Yeah.
We hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay, thank you. So, for the internet connection, of course, it depends. If when you arrive in Cameroon, you buy a SIM card, a Cameroonian SIM card, of course, it will be right to have an internet connection. But in some area, the connection are not always so good. But if you have the SIM card with credit inside, normally it's possible countrywide to have an internet connection. So that's something you can do. Sometime in the west part of the country, there are places that the connection can be a bit bad than in some other places. But I mean, if you move, let's say 2 kilometer or sometime only 100 meter, 200 meter, then you have a bit better connection, and then you can be connected and keep in touch with your relatives and your friends worldwide. So the connection is not that so good like in some other country, but it's okay. I think the connection is already okay. I'm talking from Germany, and sometimes I feel even in Germany we don't have that so good connection. I think depending on the places where you are, there are sometimes places in Cameroon where you can have good connection as well.
Thank you. So again, when we're gonna be in Yaoundé, all the food gonna be provided by Brother Country. Brother Country got what they call the House of Afro-descendants. So it's a place where Afro-descendants can go and stay over there, providing that there's availability, so you can stay there, and then he doesn't actually charge for that. So the reason we couldn't go there because if there's 25 people, it's not going to be able to accommodate everyone. So we didn't want to have some people staying in one part and then other people staying in one part. So we decided, okay, we're going to go there. We're going to stay in Yaoundé in a different place, but we're going to drive there for our breakfast, for the lunch as well. And then when we're going to have like a meeting, we can have a conference or meeting on his place there as well. I think Sister Avanti been there. You've been there, Sister Avanti?
Yes, it was great.
And
it's not far from the embassy.
Oh, no, it's in Bastos, yeah, exactly. It's in Bastos,
Yep,
yeah.
it's in Bastos.
Not far to the embassy, exactly, cool. Yeah, so yeah, just a question, Brother Country. To get the Cameroon SIM card, what do you need? Because I know that in certain country you need to have, you got to be, it's quite complicated. In the UK, it's okay. You can just get the SIM card on your phone and then that's work. But in
they need before it was also easier. You can just buy it from the street even sometime, but now they will ask your ID or your pass to identify you. They want to make sure they can identify any single SIM card with the name of the person owning the card. So that's the reason why now to buy you need your pass. You need your passport, but it's okay. The card itself is 500 francs or something like that.
Okay, so when you buy that, you provide your passport and everything, and then it's already, when they validate, it does start working straight away. You don't need to wait for 24 hours or anything like that.
No, sometime it works straight away, and even if you have to wait, it will be maybe 1 or 2 hours, but not so long, not that long.
Thank you. Thanks for that. Okay. So any other questions?
I got one quick question.
Sure.
All right. I heard Brother Gordon talking about, when the king was there on the land that they're giving us, that it was an economical problem. It's why they all split up. What has changed about that property now that it's more economical for us to go there?
Okay. So, I mean, if like Brother Gordon said, the king says that the reason the land, the village is empty, because obviously a lot of people they left to find a better way on the other villages, you know, and then some create a different village which is next door because I know the area, and then I know that like I myself, my family came from that village, but they belong to a different village today.
Right.
Not because because when they move, it's quite hard for them to go back again.
Okay.
So the king economic wise, I don't feel like there's any change. There's potential in the village where you can do so many things, but there's nothing there at the moment. So it doesn't. There's nothing will change economically. But the good thing is that because obviously it happened that we was looking for a place to create our village, and then it happened that okay, that village has been there for so many years, and nobody is there. We are new. We be. I mean, some like your ancestor left about about around that time. So
Yes.
it does make like sense that okay, yeah, you're gonna go on the brand new village. You're gonna establish the village, the reconnected graphic village over there, with a reconnected graphic king who came from the diaspora, and then yeah,
Okay. So in other words, it's going to be a place where it can be profitable.
exactly. And again, the
Okay.
king says that for anyone who wanted to have the separate land, they can have the land as well. Like if
Okay.
you think that okay, maybe I want to do something in this village, I want to do farming, I want to do anything, you can have your land on the side where you can do your farming. You want to build your own separate house, you can have a land where you can build your house.
Right.
So everything is there, and again, you don't need to pay for all that.
Okay. One more quick question and I'm done. Do we have to give information to whomever saying what we want to do with the land to obtain the land?
You don't need to have that information because at the start, the king says that anybody who wish to have a land, you can have a land. But I
Okay.
just think that it's just fair enough that if you want to have a land, you probably already think about a project you want to do.
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
like me, I wouldn't go and get a land anywhere if I know that I'm not gonna go back there and do anything on the land. You
Right.
know. So if you got anything, you a project you think that you're gonna do, it doesn't matter how long you're gonna do that project, you already got a vision of what you're gonna do, then you can start by acquiring the land, and then you can start working on your project when you got the land.
Okay.
But there's no kind of like okay, what you have to do, what you want to do for the land with the land. So there's not like anything like that. But he's willing to allocate the land to anyone. But it's just a personal thing. I want the land.
Okay.
What I'm going to do with the land, and then you can then start from there.
So,
All right.
Brother Jerry,
Thank you.
one
Yeah.
of the things we talked about, Brother Jerry, was you know in another part of Cameroon there was land given, and the person never came back to do anything,
Right.
and they were very the people there were very hurt by that. So the only thing, when we talked about it, and I talked about it with Brother Monkam, is that you do have a plan before land is given, because what we don't want to do is people to begin to take land. Now that's their land and nothing can be done with it because it's theirs now.
Right.
And now, it'll hurt down the line when, all this land is now taken up. No one's doing anything with it. You have new people coming in, and now there's no more land, but nothing being done with the land is there. So, one of the things me and Brother Malcolm talked about was just, as long as you're going to do something with it, that's great. But if not, that's mainly what the reconnected grassfield is for, that you can have that connection in Africa that has your DNA, that whether it's a bench, whether it's a tree or whatever, now
Right.
you're really connected and things will be open. But we're just asking that people just don't take land just because it's given, because a lot of people will. And then it starts hurting our chances down the line when no one starts doing with that, because the one brother we were talking to was like the king was very, very, very upset that this person didn't come back and do anything with the land, didn't call, didn't do anything. So we just want to make sure that over time that the right things, like I don't care about people getting land. I just don't want people to get land and not do anything with it.
Right.
That's
That's
when
why I asked. Yeah. That was the reason I asked those questions, and you answered that. Yeah, and to me, you shouldn't take it if you're not going to do something with it.
Yeah, but here's what happens though. You know, you get over there and say it's not a group like this, and if the land is offered, you're going to take it. You don't even know that you can't take. You shouldn't take it, right?
Right.
So you know, and then you're not thinking about longer term down the line, what you're going to do with it, or how this is going to hurt the community if nothing is done with it. So I'm not blaming people who have done that. I'm just saying, as we go forward, at least on this platform, that we would like for everyone to get land, but be realistic. And if you're not, plant a tree and get that connection with Africa. You know, send some money for the schools that we're going to build and everything else, because that connects you. But don't take land just to take land, because then it hurts everyone at
Yeah,
the end of the day.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, family, I have to go. Everyone have an awesome week, and love you all.
Thank you, Aroda. Yeah, so
right.
just as brother Gordon answered, so we're gonna have a land there where you can do other things. There will be a communal land